Hello and welcome to the 4th episode of Lights, Camera, Action, Jlee, the top 10 function. I hope you've been enjoying the new skits, at least the one that we have. And this week's episode is going to be about... Yes, that's right, the top 10 Nickelodeon shows. This will include both animated shows and the real life ones. So, without saying anything more, let's get started. Here at number 10 in our countdown, we have SpongeBob SquarePants. Yes, SpongeBob SquarePants is one of the longer running shows on Nickelodeon, which over the past 10 to 11 years, the show has gone pretty downhill, and I did like it when I was younger, but now that I'm older, it's getting kind of stupid. Now, I did like all the video games that SpongeBob SquarePants did come out with, and it was originally meant for Adult Swim, so this is why it's here in number 10. Here at number 9 in the countdown, we have Chalk Zone. Yes, if you remember Chalk Zone, it follows the adventures of Rudy Tooty, a young boy, and his cartoon pal Snap, and their real friend Penny, who go into the magical Chalk Zone with their lightning chalk, and it's just a bunch of great times. Now, I think it'd be really cool to go to the Chalk Zone for any, drawing you've ever created on, a chalkboard. It magically lives after you erase it. And once you have a stick of the lightning chalk, you get to go into the Chalk Zone and just have fun. It's here at number 9 because it's part of my childhood, so here it is, number 9. Here at number 8 in the countdown, we have The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius. Now, this was spawned off the movie that was created in, I think, about 2000. Now, I say it's here in number 8 because I like the crazy antics that the guys went through. And Carl, Sheen, and Jimmy always had many different things. But my favorite character was Sheen, probably, because he was just really stupid, and he probably made the whole thing funnier. But I hated the show that he got off of that, which was Planet Sheen. That was kind of bad, and I think the show actually kept getting worse as it went along. They got superpowers in one episode, and then they had over 20 villains, so that's why it's here in number 8. Number 7 in the countdown, we have Rocket Power. Now, if you remember Rocket Power, it was 4 friends all doing extreme sports, really. He did pretty much all of it. Dirt boarding, skateboarding, surfing, dirt biking, ATVs, just anything you could think of, they would probably do it. Now, I thought that was pretty cool. I always grew up wanting to do that stuff. I even skateboarded for a little bit, but never was actually any good at it. So it's here at number 7 because it relates to my childhood memories of always wanting to skateboard really well, but that never came true. So it's in number 7. Number 6 in the countdown, we have the Fairly Odd Parents. Now, I like the Fairly Odd Parents. Who wouldn't want fairies granting your wish whenever you wanted? I also like the little movies that they came out with, like Channel Chasers. I wouldn't mind going into the TV and getting superpowers and fighting Vicky, of course, but Vicky wasn't that great of a character. What I didn't like about the Fairly Odd Parents is Poof. Poof just says Poof. It's not very creative, and even though he's the Fairly Odd baby, ooh, he wasn't that great. And I didn't like how Drake Bell played Timmy in the real life movies. He does not seem like a Timmy Turner. Break time! For every top 10 countdown, there are things that don't make it. For the Nickelodeon countdown, it's not because the shows were bad, it's just there were a lot of good shows to choose from. Some shows that did not make this countdown were The Wild Thornberrys, Zoe 101, and Cat Dog. Now, they were all really good shows, but I had to limit my choices to just 10. So, let's continue on with the countdown. Here in number 5 in the countdown, we have Invader Zim. Yes, the show about aliens taking over Earth. Well, not aliens, just one little green alien named Zim. Now, why it's here number 5 is because we really don't think about Zim when we think of the show. We think about his little green dog slash robot, Gurr, who was just the blast of the show and probably the best part in my opinion. Number 4 in the countdown, we have our first live action show, which is Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. Now, I really liked this show. I liked all the fun antics that the kids got in with. I liked Gordy, I liked Ned and Cookie and Mose. They were all very fun. But what puts it here number 4 is when you are younger and you're watching that show, it does become a little bit about the romance between either Ned and Susie or Ned and Mose. So it just gets all really confusing at that age. So that's why it's here in number 4. Here at number 3 in the countdown, we have Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yes, I really love this show. Who wouldn't want to control the elements? Me, I would perfectly choose either the air or the water, because I think those are my 2 favorite elements. Fire's alright and earth is, but if you control the water, you pretty much can do whatever you want, and air, you can conjure that up anytime. Now, I did like this show because it was one of those fun shows at the beginning that became really serious, and I think it got ruined by the movie. But I really like the show, and that's why it's here at number 3. Number 2. Yes, number 2 in this countdown is another live action show. It was Drake and Josh. Yes, who remembers that great show with Drake Bell and Josh Peck? Those guys were a very good combination, and it all started with the Amanda Show. That's why I really liked this. Now, I also liked other characters from it, like Crazy Steve, played by Jerry Trainer, and I liked Megan. Megan was actually pretty good. Miranda Cosgrove was actually better as Megan than I thought. But this show probably helped create iCarly, which both uses Miranda and Jerry Trainer. But iCarly wasn't that great to me. But I liked Drake and Josh, and it's why it's here number 2 because it was so quotable. One of my favorite episodes is like when Josh gets a package and he tells the package guy, "Have a good day." And he's like, "Don't tell me what to do." So that's why it's here in number 2. Number 1 in this countdown, we have Rugrats. Yes, the scampering little babies that we've all grown to love. Yes, I love the gang. Tommy, Chucky, Phil, Lil, Angelica, even Dill and Kimmy. I just love them. Now, I like their little fun antics. They always had great adventures, and who knew what babies could really get into that much trouble. Now, I liked it because it was part of my childhood memory. And what other Nickelodeon show has had not 1, but 3 full-length movies on the big screen? We had Rugrats the movie, Rugrats in Paris the movie, which is number 2, and then Rugrats Go Wild, which was 3. And I liked all of them, so that's why it's here in number 1. Well, that's all the time we had for this episode. Please return next week for either one of our new skits, or if we have another Top 10 countdown. Now, this has been Lights, Camera, Action with Jay Lee, signing off.